Last time on the S3, we got the thing running. It is still looking a bit raw without the bumpers, hood and headlights, but before we do that, there's just a few pieces left. Today we're going to pick up seat belts. We're at the wreckers and we're going to pull them out. I actually got a bit of a steal here. Brand new seat belts are $1,200 for the both of them. Generally, the used ones I found are about $600 for the both of them. These ones, $90 each. We'll get the seat belts out, we're going to go home and I'll tell you the plan on what we're going to do with these, because it's not as straightforward as you think. Well, home, I got both of the seatbelts here. I got these from supposedly a non-crash damaged car. If I bought them from a crash damaged car, even if the airbags haven't gone off, the safety systems in the seatbelts will fire, making them absolutely useless. If you're in the States or the UK, you can get these fixed by a professional, but not in Australia. The other thing that could happen with these seatbelts is I could put them in the car and I might still have to get one of the modules reset. Now, I'm pretty sure that's not the case. I'm pretty sure I can put these new seatbelts in. Fault codes should go away. Currently, if we scan the car, we've got 17 faults. A lot of this is related to like the headlights and some sensors that aren't connected at the moment. But if we go into airbag and then click the faults, you'll see that both the driver and the passenger seatbelts are gone. Let's pull the trims off, put in the used ones, and cross our fingers that those ones work. Now, usually I break some of the clips here, but thankfully at the wreckers, I got a chance to have a look at how these things clip together before I rip my own one apart. So hopefully I don't break anything. It's good practice to try and use plastic trim removers to take apart the trim, but almost every time I've tried to use the plastic ones, the plastic's quite bendy and I actually can't get enough leverage to be able to pop the clips out. Second option would be to use a metal one, but cover it with a rag. There we go. There's some of it. I've taken this piece off and it looks like I haven't, fingers crossed, haven't broken anything. I can't actually pull it out though because this seatbelt is stuck. So, okay, actually I can't get this next piece out either because I can't like pull it away far enough. So I'm gonna unbolt that and then I'll tie this up here and hopefully that doesn't go any further back. I didn't even know if I needed to tie that. There goes a clip. Lucky. Yo, it's Amy. That yellow clip there is essentially the sensor that plugs into the seatbelts. Grab that plug and give it a wiggle until it comes out. Do the same for this one. All right. All I've got to do is pull this piece off, unbolt the seatbelt here and here, pull this one out, put the new one in. How? Oh, come on! Fuck! Far out, this small job is defeating me again. I'm sweating. Siri, torch on.
Okay, I've turned torch on.
Whew. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take that bolt out there. I'm going to take that bolt out there. And I'm going to replace this seatbelt here. That big fat one goes on the top. So this is a new seatbelt we're putting in. That's one loose thing, and I'm gonna do that side and see when it's ready to plug in. Come on, there we go. Contortionist. That one was so much easier to get off. I'm no genius, but you might find this useful. So this is kind of how you tell whether or not your seatbelt's gone. So this is the one that I've just taken out, and if you have a listen when I shake it, real rattly. This is the new one that I'm hoping is good, and no rattle. So that's a good sign. One of the two new ones did kind of sound a little bit worrying. So I'm not 100% sure, and I also don't know if we might potentially need to get an SRS module reset on the car from Audi as well. All right, everything's in. It's time to plug them in and rescan the car. Fingers crossed. 1, 2. So here's where the moment of truth comes in. I've just scanned the car. We've still got the 2 seatbelt lights from before, and we'll go clear and rescan. Gone, baby, gone. If we look at the codes now, yeah, it's all stuff that's not plugged in. Woohoo! I was really worried about that, and considering that a used singular one is usually $300 and a brand new one $600, to get these for $90 each, and they are perfect. Woo woo! I'm gonna put it all back together, and then let's get on to fixing those headlights. Here's the headlights, and here's everything we're gonna use to fix them. This is the better headlight out of the two. If I flip it over, we've got a broken mounting hole here, and just here we've got a crack in the plastic. Now this second headlight's a little bit worse. So the mounting point here has actually snapped off. Now, lucky for me, Audi actually sell these, which are headlight repair kits. If you look at the bottom of the headlight, you'll see these 1, 2, 3, and there's a 4th one on the broken piece. Stems sticking out. Now, what they're for is, I guess these mounting points are designed to break in an accident to try and save the headlight. This is our replacement mount that's essentially gonna line up with these posts here, and we're gonna screw 1, 2, 3 in there, and that's gonna be our new mounting point. Best thing about it is that because it's mounted downwards, all the pressure from the headlight actually pushes down onto the mount, but we can't leave this open. So with the old mount, we're going to cut pretty much along that line there, use these 2 broken bits of plastic here and here to seal up the open hole here and here with some plastic bonder. Alright, now I really don't want to stuff this up because I don't really have any other plastic that I can use for this. So we're going to pray we do it right. So to start, I'm going to cut through all these grooves, and then on this side I'm going to cut it clean off through there. Alright, got the 2 pieces, and we're going to prepare the area for the plastic bond. I've got some 80 grit sandpaper, and what we're going to do, we're going to sand all this area here, everywhere it touches on here, and of course the headlight there and on the side. The reason we're sanding this down is to give the JB Weld a really rough area to help it grab on and bond the 2 pieces of plastic together. If you don't do this, it will still work, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. We're going to clean it all out with a bit of rubbing alcohol, and then we're going to use the JB Weld. I haven't used this before, but didn't read the instructions. Sets in 15 minutes, cures in 30 minutes. Now I've got to work fast because this cures in 15 minutes apparently. So right, that's one hole. And there we go. We've got to wait for these to cure at least overnight. While we're waiting for that to cure, let's pull out these junk pieces and replace it with this. Slide that in. So there's a bolt that goes through this that actually mounts the headlight to the car. And this piece sits inside of this. Now, the piece you saw me cut off is here, and you can see it's got a thread in there. Now on the replacement part, there is no thread, which is annoying because I don't have a thread tapper, but we'll have the headlights in soon, and for now the hard part's actually done. See you next time.